Hello and welcome, my name is Matt Finnegan and you're watching a Premier League preview brought to you by Soccer Insight from Betting Insight. And we're looking at Man United versus Crystal Palace. That is the lunchtime game on Saturday. And the ratings, well, United of course, they're a Class 1 team. Palace, fresh in from the Championship, Class 3 rating. And that's, reflected in the index prices that we have from oddspredictor.com. 125 United in old money, that is 1-4. Palace 17 to 1, 18.0, and the draw is a 7 to 1 shot, 8.0. Okay, looking at the form, the latest form there, well, that is just the form this season. You can see both teams coming off the back of different results. Palace got their first win of the season a couple of weeks ago at home against Sunderland, and United lost away at Anfield against Liverpool. But having said that, I fully expect United to get back to winning ways, and I'll sort of cover that thought process later on in this show. But let's have a look at the Pointless Award this week, a bookmaker that is just offering terrible odds, massive overround, and they get the Pointless Award, and that is 118 bet, 1.15 for United. That is just ridiculous on offer. Now this is subject to change, of course. When we went through the markets early on in the week, that's the price that they're offering. 6.5 the draw, 13.0 for Palace, gives an overround of 9.10%. That is massive in today's prices. So if you've got an account with 118 bet and you do hackers with them, certainly avoid putting Premier League teams in there, because as you watch future videos this week, you will see a common denominator there. So a very, very poor overround. When the best odds for this match is 3.65, you need to be a lot lower than that. On the flip side, modest margins. Well, that goes to Bet Victor this week. And, they run a lot of adverts claiming that they offer the top sort of prices. And they've got an overround of 4.10. And that is, an extremely sort of tight margin that they're working for. Remember, bookmakers, they have to make their money. They have to make their cut out of that. At the end of the day, the margins now are a lot better than they certainly were, in the dark ages of punting. So, 4.10 is the overround there. 1.2, slightly under there, offering it at a 1-5 shot, but it's not too far away from United. But at the end of the day, is slightly under than our rating. So looking at this game, it's very, very difficult to find any sort of value with the bookmakers in the match odds. We'll just have a quick look at the exchanges. This was taken earlier in the week, and you can sort of see that United 1.22 to about 1.23 to lay, very, very sort of close to the OP index prices. These are available on oddspredictor.com. These are the tissue prices, the master tissue prices that get produced by that site. 18.0, almost. You can see there's a bit of a gap there. It's not too far away from the index prices, so that the OP index prices are very, very close to what's being reflected on the exchanges, and it could prove a very, very good sort of benchmark in future weeks if you refer to those sort of prices on that site. So what are the options if you think Manchester United will win this weekend? And I think everybody is probably going to fall down into that sort of category. Can you see Crystal Palace getting a result? The options are, if you think United will win, they are too short to back in the match odds. Okay, even the big hitters may not sort of take the price. I think they could drift. Okay, I think they could get very, very close to the 1.25, the OP index sort of price. They could sort of drift there. So they may move out within the bookmakers. Now you could consider ramping the price through elimination of goals in the winning margin market, and I'm going to talk about that later in this show. That's an option that you could do, and I'll explain the dynamics there. But I think the most significant point is that they have won 23 of the last 25 home matches against Class 3 teams, okay? And that's over a period of the last 5 seasons, 23 home wins out of 25, and with an average of 2.64 goals per game. And I think that is why the reflection in the overall odds, bookmakers are not taking any chances with United. So it's going to be limited options as the markets offer limited value. That's what you got for a United win. So you're going to have to be creative with how you're going to play this if you want to side with United in this match. Looking at the Palace win or a result, well, the equation is simple. If you fancy Palace to come away with a result, is to lay United on the exchange. The price at the moment, it may be subject to change, is below the index price. So you're getting a bit of value there. You're getting 4-1 that United don't win. 4-1 or a little bit better. It could, because of United's skinny price, another option is to swim against the grain through the Asian handicaps. That could be an option as well. And basically what you're going to be saying there is Palace is not going to lose by X amount, and that could offer you a little bit of value that way. But let's have a look at the winning margins and the options that you may have with the winning margins. And the good thing about the winning margins is that you can Dutch prices together, 1, 2, 3 goals together, and that can actually have a bearing on the price. And it's certainly a good option to ramp up short price favourites like United by eliminating. So basically here you can see that you can get 1-2, 1.51 Dutch in winning margin, 1, 2 or 3 goals. And what you're saying there is that United is going to win the game, but they're not going to win by 4 or more goals. And if you believe that, then you're going to get 1-2 with that. But let's push it down a little bit there. Slightly under 11-10 at 207. If you Dutch 1-2 goals winning margin, so you're saying they're not going to win by 3 or more goals, and you can see the United odds there, 4.33, 4.0. Okay, and you just use a Dutching calculator. That will give you the stake for either one. That's the best prices on that, but that's going to give you almost 11-10. But look, 13-8 if on United at 2.42, that they're going to win with a 2 or 3 goal margin. So you're saying they're going to win by more than 1 goal, but not by 4. Sits in that middle. That's effectively giving you a 11-8 chance on that actually sort of happening by Dutching 2 goals, 4.0 with 5.5, 3 goals. So that's always an option, and it's based on your thought process, but that is a great way of ramping up the prices. You can see on the flip side, Crystal Palace, at the end of the day is, if you want to ramp up that price and you think Palace are going to win, 19.0 is probably the option. I can't see them, if they're going to win the game, winning by more than 1 goal. I can't see them beating United by 2 clear goals. So 19-1, that gets you a better price than the actual sort of match odds themselves. Let's have a quick look at the unders and overs. Okay, and as expected with this, all the value is going to be on the underside of the markets against our OP index sort of prices, and that are sort of true odds there. So it's going to be very, very difficult. You're going to have to swim against the grain with this. That's where the sort of the value is going to be. To me, the standout price is probably under 3.5 goals. At the end of the day, is if you're sort of going to bat that, that's almost 8-11. 8-11 is 1.73. But if you're going to sort of, the thought process to that is how confident are you of Crystal Palace actually, scoring? If you don't think they're scoring, then you're looking at Man United scoring 4 goals to actually sort of get over that. So, when you get a team that's unlikely to score 4 goals, yes, they might go on to win, but the margin, the value there is in that sort of 1.7 on under 3.5 goals. You can see overs is very, very sort of skinny. Now, if there is no goals at half time, and here's a little bit sort of a clue here, is that 1.5 goals market is roughly going to be around about what our index price is for 2.22, around about 182. So there's a huge movement in there if there's no goals by half time. But I think there will. But I think the sensible play, if you're going to play in the unders and overs market, is possibly looking at under 3.5 goals at that 170. It's good value. Could be 3 goals in the game. Could be sticking to 2 might be a little bit too far, but not bad value in that market. Finally, let's have a look at some OP in-play stats. Okay, matches 0-0 at 25 minutes. There is a 51% chance of a goal before half-time. So if the 0-0 or over 0.5 goals, on the exchanges or anything like that, 25 minutes is above 2.0, then you get in value because it's a 51% chance. So, again, you're watching the game, that might be an option. In this game, there is a 78% chance of a goal being scored between 25 and 70 minutes. So if you look, we're saying 51% to half time to 70 minutes. We're saying it's a 78% chance. And if a goal does happen within that period, there's an 80% chance of another one will be scored. So it's 4 in 5 games. If one goal is scored within that period, 4 out of 5 games sees another goal in the game. And that's worth bearing in mind, certainly if you play in the in-play markets and that. And finally, it's a 62.5% chance that the last goal of the match come in after 65 minutes. So, very, very high. So if you can back at 1.6 or above, then you that's your break-even price. That's what you've got to be looking for. That is the chance. So there's just some in-play stats there. That's just about it from me. If you want to get inside my and join me in the Insiders Club at Soccer Insight, then head over to betting-insight.com. Click on the soccer section. Lots going on in there. We made a great start already, to the new season, and that's it from me. Look forward to speaking to you in another preview very, very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.